unless you know something more than I know.
No, you was at the same meeting I was at.
Basically, it boils down to the signs are illegal. Put up illegally. And they're going to have to come down eventually. They're going to come into town, they being the state. Rex is one guy's name. He tell us they're illegal, give us 30 days to take them down. I took mine down, for what it's worth, cover my butt. And then I'll give us 30 days, and if we don't take them down, individual owners don't take them down, whoever put them up, they'll call the county to take them down for us, and then the town will be billed. So it's up to the town to make sure the individual owners take them down. There's a lot of alternatives to everything. It gets very involved, very confusing, but right now, those signs right now stand there.
Instead of the town being billed, couldn't the town just take them down? Is there a reason why we pay to have them down?
I haven't taken them down pending more information on a couple of things. I got a statement here, I just passed it out to everybody, but briefly, we met with a Rex E. Castro and a Carson Blankenship from the outdoor advertising inspectors for the Department of Highway. Dave was there, I was there, and was there for a short period of time because he was going to a wedding, but we yelled at him going over there so he could hear some of the comments that was made. The signs are illegal for several reasons. One is signs are not allowed on utility poles, point blank. They're not allowed on utility poles. And those are classified as utility poles. They do not meet the DOT's regulations as to size and lettering. There was no permits issued by the DOT. But the one thing that really, I guess, bothered me more than anything else is if somebody's driving through town and reading one of them signs and hits somebody or has a wreck, the town is liable, according to these two gentlemen, because we allowed the signs to be there.
You see the lettering is smaller than what they stand.
Yeah, the lettering is smaller. The lettering is based on the speed that the vehicle is allowed to drive. If it's a 75-mile-an-hour zone on the interstate, the letters has to be like 12 inches tall. I mean, this is a 25-mile-an-hour zone, but they're sure too small. There was some recommendation or some alternatives discussed, some. None of this that is unacceptable, but some of them, one of them in particular is, in my opinion, not feasible. The town could ask the Appalachian Byways Organization for a segmentation permit, which will eliminate monitoring out of the Appalachian byways, say from corporate line to corporate line. And then the state could erect signs in that area, their signs or our signs, if they approve our design. They have to approve it. The downfall of that is they started construction today on the depot, and some of the funding to redo the depot involved an interpretive center which will be located in the depot once it's completed, and that funding was secured through the Byways Organization. Am I correct?
And has already been allocated. Am I not correct?
Yeah, but it was allocated before it was allocated to us, and they lost it. We could lose that funding if the byways is not recognized in Monton. Just briefly to give you some of the regulations, the cost for outdoor advertising permit is $125 per year per sign. Right. The cost for the sign is $20 per face. You know, if you have a sign that has something on this side and this side, it's $20 per sign.
Per year.
Per year. No more than 2 signs can be mounted on one pole. The directional signs has to be 500 feet apart. In other words, ours are too close together. That's one of the reasons they're illegal.
Not 500.
That's what they
I
say.
say that we're not 500.
No, I say ours are too close together. You can have a sign, say at the end of the bridge, a directional sign But the next one has to be 500 feet from it, one way or the other. This is one of them things. When we say 2 signs per pole, if you have a sign, like these signs that's out there now, that says shopping, lodging on one plaque, that is considered 2 signs.
On one plaque if it says shopping
That's
and
right.
lodging?
Wait a minute, it's on one.
On one building.
not two.
Now, there is alternatives. I don't have them on my thing here. The town can design a custom-made sign. And the sample they used when they was talking with Dave and me was the Jericho Bread and Breakfast sign. If you look at it, it is a Yankee Rebel type Confederate soldier sign that they designed themselves, and it was approved by the Department of Highways. We do not have to use their green and white, blue and white, brown and white signs if it meets their criteria. You know, we can design a Victorian type sign, I'll say, that maybe blends better with our town. And if they approve it, you know, approve the design, those signs can be used if you go through the process of all the paperwork and everything that has to go with it.
Would that even be, that would be without segmenting the town?
That is without segmenting the town.
No,
But,
No,
wait a
no,
minute,
no,
wait a minute, no, this is, they would be outside the corporate limits.
I was gonna say, how could it be in town?
They would not be
How helpful would
on
it
Main
be?
Street. He told us, Dave, that we could put, that they possibly, I'll take that back, possibly would approve a sign, I'll say the corporation term. I think we're all familiar with what we call the corporation term.
Yeah.
And possibly a sign at Williams Motor Freight and one at the museum. Okay. That's the 3 roads coming into Monterey that would say 3rd Avenue, lodging, dining, recreation, turn right on 3rd Avenue, turn left on 3rd Avenue, or something like that.
okay, you're not talking about individual advertising.
No, they'll not, it'll be one sign that will have all this information on it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, something like ski resort that way, or
Right.
Greenbrier River Trail this way.
So, I have not pursued taking them signs down. They, in my opinion, they're illegal and they need to come down. But, I backed off from it. Nelson has met with me several times in the last month over this. Dave and me met on it. Dave was in the office. I don't know that it would benefit us to, or benefit the town, when I say us, to have a committee to pursue on what is legally and feasibly the best for the town to do.
Did they say that if the state put up signs, like they're out there now, but they were manufactured by the state, blessed by the state, and set up by the state, did he say that could happen?
It was my understanding that could happen if the fees was paid.
$125.
Now that fee is, that's for, let's say you get a 600 square foot sign, that's one of the signs you'd have. And it's gotta meet those standards, or 200, 300 square foot signs. The design has gotta be blessed by the town of Marlinton. We could set by colors.
The design can be blessed by
Right,
us.
but that would have to be 800, within 800 feet of another commercial building, if you want an off-premise sign. Like Jericho's, theirs is completely because it's on their property.
Right.
But let's say I want to put a sign down at the People's Park. I'd have to get a permit, I have to go through all this process and get a permit, and get permission from the town, et cetera, to put this sign up and pay these fees.
That is my understanding. Was that yours?
That-
Was
But
yes.
it would still
but that-
require segmentation.
Right, I was going to say,
And clearly
follow up
found
would
the
be a
segmentation.
segmentation for that.
Another interesting fact, now I got the regulation right here. Nelson is aware, and I do have that application for segregation if the town was so desired to do that. I also have the information in the permit application for outdoor advertising. And this is one of the interesting things. byways adopted, or at least this was my understanding now, the federal government guidelines on signage. Robin, you're involved with the byways a little bit. Is that your understanding?
Well, we couldn't adopt, I mean, that's, the federal highway rules apply.
Okay. And it says right here, road, a facility shall be eligible for tourist-oriented directional signs only if it derives a major portion of income from visitors during normal business season. Which means that you have to have better than 50% of your income from the tourists.
How about 100?
Well, now there it is.
The only time I
You look
look
at the
at
bread and breakfast, Nelson's Place is 100% tourism. You think the Snack Shack is 50% of their income from tourism?
During the summer, I think that's awful lot. I mean, I can't tell you a percentage.
Yeah.
I don't
Probably
know
talking
that.
Well,
It would be your annual.
it'd be
income.
annual. It wouldn't be just for 3 months out of the summer, because you're open
Right.
all year long. So year in, year out, you think you derive 50% of your income from the tourism?
The answer is yes.
I mean, I would think so. I mean,
I would
That's
find
what
that.
Second
question is, how do you prove that?
Too big local.
That would be
The government
between you
can
and
come in and they would do, I'm assuming.
They would audit
I
But
mean, the
they
thing
would,
is, how they gonna know that one ticket's from a tourist from another? I mean,
I know.
That would be up to them.
I'm just reading what the regulations.
That's their job.
Yeah, that's their job.
That's their job.
So it is an issue, it's an issue that sure got blowed out of proportion in my opinion, that I think we could work with. And I think we can come to a happy medium on this. It's just, I think it needs to be done correctly.
That's right. And for what it's worth, Department, I know Nelson will disagree with me 100%. The directional signs in town, I don't know that they're that effective. I think last year I might have had 3 walk-ins. And then they necessarily weren't from the directional signs.
Another issue now, well, Nelson, you're sitting back there
Yeah, I
saying.
know, we disagree. So-
But another issue that arose, and it wasn't too bad 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, where day it was, we met with them. Right now, when you're driving through town, you can't see some of the signs for the leaves.
Yeah.
Well, get the town to cut the leaves down.
I ain't gonna cut them trees.
We can't cut those trees.
Most all of us know the issues with the signs, no, the state didn't put them up. It was an act of desperation. We weren't getting any help anywhere. We knew we needed to drive some of the traffic. He doesn't get any from it, then, then he really doesn't need a sign. I have somebody there tonight. I have just about a number of times a week. I get people that because I ask every single person how they found us. The bottom line is, how do we keep the byway and yet drive the byway's business to the businesses that support those visitors?
Yeah,
I
do
think
we
the
do
answer is what Joe was saying. You get the state to put those, I'm sorry, those signs up on 219. That's it.
Those
I don't know,
I mean, could you
I don't
just
have an
ask
answer, a good
someone
answer.
to look at a sign?
But they made it very plain that these signs are illegal. They need to come down. If we don't take them down, we will get a formal letter saying you've got 30 days to take them down. If they're not down then, they will turn it over to the prosecutor or the magistrate.
When you get that letter, I will help you take them.
Well, I haven't gotten it.
I'm just saying.
Another thing, excuse me, another thing they said too was that this is federal highways. This is a federal highway. If it's not taken care of and we disobey the federal highway decisions and things that they fix and they tell us what to do and what not to do, the state could lose money from the federal government.
Okay.
I have to respond to that, if I may.
Yeah, Joe.
I really don't think we should worry about the federal government telling us what to do. To me, that's the problem with this whole damn country.
Well,
And we gotta take care of Marlinton. And the signs are good for Marlinton. And these other bureaucrats that wanna come in here and have us march to their drummer, spending our tax dollars on unnecessary projects like good grief, can you imagine somebody coming in here and setting up shop trying to determine how much of Snack Shack's business is to tourists? But boy, they'd be glad to do it, it's not their money. So I think that the whole idea of the signs, they're good for Marlinton, they could help, they can't hurt. We ought to figure out a way to take care of it.
Can I just say two things?
Yes.
So,
Number one,
I keep opening up my hand there.
I thought I knew quite a bit about the sign regulations, but one thing, if the information that you have from the meeting is correct, I have a concern that the town of Marlinton could be liable for any accident that may occur. Now that we have been informed of that, if we do not take action, then we are all negligent in
Gross.
I mean, since we've been made aware of it. And the other thing that I would like people to know just a little bit about the byway, you know, you say how can you use the byway to help get information out about our community or to drive tourists here. Here's an example. This is from Lexington, Virginia. When they send out their visitor guide, there's the front page inside cover of their guide directs people on Route 39 to travel right through Marlinton. If you look at the 5 counties across the 2 states that are participating in the byway program, there has been about, now they're not all full-page ads. Some of the counties have a quarter-page ad, and some are sending out brochures included in their travel guides. But there's been about 360,000 of these published, and it costs the town of Marlinton and the local businesses nothing. There's also a website when people are looking for a place to go, or they find the website scenic39.com, and it also is an opportunity. You know, I would recommend that all of your businesses inquire about getting on the website. There's a link to the Pocahontas County Convention and Visitors Bureau site, so people can go out, and it's a way of getting the word out. And this kind of thing has just started. It has enormous possibilities. Looking at doing some geocaching to try to bring people through. We've talked about maybe having a fishing tournament, tag $1 million fish, and encourage people to stay along the byway and try to catch this fish somewhere. You buy an insurance policy for it.
In my freezer.
We just want those people that are coming through to know there's businesses here. I mean, we know that this is going to draw or help to draw people here. We know that. But once they get into town, just like you said, it's going to drive them right to Marlinton.
Right.
And then out the other end, if they don't know that they could stop and have dinner here, or there's a place to sleep there.
That's the significance of the website and the Convention and Visitors Bureau, the good job that they do promoting the county and giving the information.
And as you know, that most everyone, there's no phone service. When someone's in their car, they have no internet access till they get here if they have got AT&T. So people are depending on signs to find their way around.
And I also have a question. You actually brought some of those by my establishment. Why can't we have a brochure like that says Pocahontas County? I mean, I actually...
Oh, there is one.
There is.
Okay. I
This
mean,
was just an example of
Okay.
where
because I mean, I mean,
Lexington is advertising.
because I mean, I had someone to pick up that brochure and they're like, oh, that makes me want to stay in Lexington. So that may be, if they pick that up and it doesn't have something for them to focus on here, then their focus may be on Lexington and not here. So I think that,
Contact the Visitors Bureau, they got a nice.
It's
program.
excellent, and they have a very good
It's
website.
very good.
Is there a Chamber of Commerce?
Yes.
How do you get in touch with them if you're a business owner? Where are they located? Career Center? Okay.
They also have
Again,
website.
I mean, I didn't know that.
Norm's had a question.
Pocahontas County had one.
He's going
Oh,
to
yeah.
Boris, would you like to speak?
Yeah, I forgot what I was supposed to say. But, yeah, I've got some comments and recommendations to go on. I would like to first say that I personally was